watch me. Come on.
Okay, stop, please. It's time to get a book and read. This is warm. This feels good. What you got? 5-minute fairy tales. Come on, put the card down,
Where's my
please.
seat?
Put the card down, please.
Chair?
Sure.
Why is it so trippy?
That's enough. Maybe you stop or I will not read, okay? What story would you like? This one? The Lost Puff. Oh my goodness. One day, Sir Topham Hatt told the engines that there was some damaged track at Knapford Bend. All the engines on the railway listened carefully except Paxton and Thomas, who were laughing at the antics of a duck that was wading across the sheds. "May I remind you two in particular not to be silly?" Sir Topham Hatt said sternly. "You must pay attention. I don't want any accidents." A little while later, Paxton arrived at the broken track. As he rolled over it, it rattled his radiator, making him laugh. "That was fun," he said, grinning. When Thomas arrived at the bend, Paxton got him to try it too. "Woo-hoo," Thomas said with a wiggle as he bounced along. "Get up some speed and go over it really fast," Paxton suggested. So Thomas raced backward around the corner and, oops, bashed right into Toby, who was filling up at the water station. Water splashed all over and all over Thomas. It put out his firebox. "Oh no," Paxton cried. "Sir Topham Hatt told me not to be silly, but I was, and now there's been an accident." Paxton rolled away quickly and quietly to deliver his trucks to the shunting yards. When Toby arrived at the shunting yards, Paxton heard him tell Stafford and that Thomas had lost his puff. "That sounds serious." Paxton decided that he would go and look for Thomas's lost puff. He couldn't find it. He raced along, looking around, but he didn't really know what to look for. Then he saw a puff of steam and raced after it, but it turned out just to be Gordon pulling the express. Next, Paxton spotted a fluffy white cloud in the sky. "That must be Thomas's missing puff," he said as he hurried toward it. Paxton followed the cloud all the way to Ulstaff's castle, where he met Stephen. "Hello, Paxton," Stephen said. "What are you doing here?" "Thomas lost his puff, and I thought that I might find it," Paxton told him, looking up at the cloud. "Up there? That's just a cloud," Stephen replied. Paxton felt rather silly. He sped away as fast as his wheels could carry him. Paxton realized he didn't know anything about a steam engine's puff because he was a diesel engine. But he knew someone who did know about steam engines, Victor, whose job it was to repair them. Paxton hurried to the steamworks to find Victor. He asked Victor if he had a spare puff for Thomas. This made Toby, who was at the steamworks for repairs, laugh. Puff just means steam, Toby explained to Paxton. When Thomas bumped into me, his firebox got wet. Steamies can't make puffs when their fire goes out. Once again, Paxton felt silly, but he cheered up again when he realized that Thomas's fire would be fine, just as soon as his firebox dried out. As Paxton sped back to the water tower, he heard a cheerful peep, and there was Thomas, puffing around the corner. "You okay?" Paxton said happily. "Yes, I found my lost puff," Thomas joked. "At least I learned something today," Paxton said, smiling. "That puff just means steam," asked Thomas. "Yes," Paxton said, still smiling. "But also that when Sir Topham Hatt tells me not to be silly, I shouldn't be silly." And Thomas wholeheartedly agreed.
Daddy?
Yes.
Okay.
Go put your Buddha! Are you kidding me?
Can I have something to drink?
Yeah, you go get some water. Are you okay to climb up on the counter?
Can I come?
Yes. You know why you get thirsty? Because you played catch air a lot, lots of running, jumping. I saw you jumping.
I'm still thirsty.
Just a teensy more. Okay? What happens if you have to pee tonight? What do you do? No pee then. You just jump up, go peeps. Okay? All right.
Ow!
Let's jump in. Jump. Here, can I throw this up there?
No, no.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. You wouldn't dare. Lay down. Thanks. Oh, what a wonderful sun.
Why did you say such a wonderful sun?
Well, do you know which word? Sun? Do you know what sun is?
What?
You are my sun.
Did you say beautiful sun for me?
When I say sun, I don't mean the sun in the sky. I mean a little boy.